what would you say to someone who says that Christmas has become too materialistic?
I'd say they're probably right. That the focus has shifted from what its main focus has been to, as people turn away from God, they fill the void with other stuff, or other stuff comes along and pushes Jesus out of the light, and then they end up with all this other focus, and then they discover years later that focus really wasn't very satisfying.
So would you like to send a particular message to the people who come to see this, or? I think it
says a lot all by itself as they observe it, because God can speak to people individually in a way that they can hear best. And so when people come through this display, they see that a lot of volunteer hours have gone into it, that there are a lot of people who came together and in a joyful setting built this for the pleasure of others. It's a sense of giving back and participating in something that brings joy to a lot of people. And then they can see the creativity and the detail work and the camaraderie of the staff, if they have a chance to interact with the staff at all. It's really quite an event to be a part of building this thing. And as people come around, I think it's clear to them that they see that the people who do this have done it out of their hearts, out of love.
Mm-hmm. So what is your job in the Deacon Dave workplace?
I have two main jobs. The job before opening is painting. And I enjoy that because in the course of X amount of time, you've made a huge difference in something. Okay, when you paint something, it changes from being strange colors, mixed colors, not really very descript, it just looks kind of messed up. You paint it, and it's all of a sudden it looks uniform, and it has a place, and it belongs, and it just fits. It's just like a finishing touch on this display. And so that's what I get to do before. And then after the display ends, I'm the official coin collector.
Oh.
So all the coins that are in the water down here and all the coins that are in the wishing pond, they come under my care. And I collect them all and put them off to the side, and they will be rolled and taken to the bank later on. So that's what I get to do.
Okay. Now, on the Rudolph coin toss,
yes,
it said that all coins will go to charity.
Yes.
Which charity does
That's
that
called
go to?
Santa's Secret Service, and it's a charity that Deacon Dave will be able to tell you lots of things about, because that's one of his pet projects.
Okay.
So
very
yeah,
cool.
but that's where it all goes. None of it goes to pay for any supplies, any power bills, anything. All of it goes to the charity.
So how long have you been involved here?
Since 1999, when we did Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And in that year we paper-mache'd 3 full-size camels. And that was all we did. It took us all the prep time. Because we'd put a coating of paper-mache on, then it would dry for the week, come back, put another coating on, another coating on, another coating on. And then we'd let it dry, and then we'd paint it, and we'd paint it again, then we'd shellac it. It was very involved. But it turned out really, really well. So that kept us busy. And over the next few years, we did more paper-mache. And we looked for the best combination of paper-mache paste and paper and all, and we were experimenting with different things, and we had paper mache for about 3 or 4 years after that. And the last year we made a top for Toyland out of paper mache, and it really didn't quite dry very well, and the whole thing collapsed. By the second day it was in the trash.
Oh no.
So we don't do paper mache anymore, which is kind of nice. It frees us up to do some other things.
So what's your favorite part about the display?
The favorite part is probably coming together on Saturdays and working with a bunch of really crazy people. And one of the real joys of this is that it's in somebody else's house, somebody else's materials, okay? And somebody else is going to deal with it afterwards. You don't get emotionally tied to it too deeply because you know it's all going to get tossed anyway. So you learn a lot about construction. You learn a lot about painting. I've picked up some painting skills and painting equipment that I didn't know about when I first started here. My sons have learned a lot about construction and how to put things together. It's amazing to watch these fellows who have had a lot of experience in building things, do the most amazing tricks to build this stuff and say, wow, that's great. And so my husband has taken those ideas and applied them to things that he's built at home. He says, oh, this is a Deacon Dave project. Okay, and we've learned, we have the tools now, and so we've gained a lot from that. And I forget the question.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, yeah, I was working with these people and learning the things that we've been learning. And then just one fun thing too is, like tonight is the staff party, and we get to be inside looking out, and we get to see the joy in the faces of the people coming around, and that's very special as well.
So you must like watching opening night and seeing everyone's faces light up.
Yes, yes. And every year it seems to get bigger. People hear about it and they come out. And so many times we'll run into people who say, no, I've been here for 20 years, I didn't know this existed. This is my first time. Or people who said, I've come here since I was a little kid, and now I'm bringing my children. Or we moved away to Modesto. We come in every Christmas to see this. So there's a huge draw. This is part of people's traditions for their Christmas season. Is they can't miss Deacon Dave's display. And every year it's different. They don't know what it's going to be, and every year it's different.
So how many hours do you think you put in here each year?
It takes about 12 weeks to put this together. And we probably put in maybe 5 hours a week, 11 to 4 maybe on Saturdays, 10 to 3, something like that. And then, so those are those weeks. And then my husband works at home on a lot of projects that he builds at home and then brings in, electronics and that sort of thing. So he puts in more hours than I do. And then during the season, we come periodically to help close. And then after the display closes, we come and work a couple of Saturdays to help take it all down. So that's the extent of it. So there are a lot of people that work a lot more than that, but that's what we can give.
What do you think it is about Deacon Dave's that really draws people in and attracts them and keeps them coming back?
It's different every year. It's extravagant. And it's free. And you get to get out of your car and experience it. So you get to be a part of it. You enter into it. You don't stand on the sidewalk looking at it, but you enter in and you become a part of it, and you're surrounded by it, and you're under the trees, and you're around the trees, and you're with the lights, and behind you is something, and in front of you is something, and it's all, you're very much a part of the display itself as you walk through it. I think that's part of it, the attention to detail. The camel that has his head over the fence back here is just a stroke of brilliance. I mean, that adds a three-dimensional touch to it. It brings the nativity outside of the building. It just adds that special touch to say, it's more than just mannequins in a stall, but there's something more here. There's a lot of detail work that goes on, and it's exciting to just look at all that little detail and how important all that is to the display.
Now, are you going to try to continue doing this for forever?
Forever. We got into it because Jeanie Haigh put out a call. There's a box here that's saying, if you're interested in volunteering, leave us your business card or leave us some phone number. And of 70 or 80 or 90 people that signed up, there were 3 families, I think, that actually showed up and are still with the system, still with the crew. And we haven't had a lot of people join up. We've had a few more here and there joining up, but the group is kind of solidified. Not to say that we can't, take in more periodically, but it's just been a real family place, and I can't imagine just saying, see you later, I'm not going to be here anymore,
Yeah.
So, I plan to be here a while.
Okay. Now, does the deacon accept, anyone who wants to come volunteer, or is there...
That's a question you only need to ask deacon. That's a good deacon question.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how that works on that end.
Okay. Now, if you could sum up your experience in one word, what do you think that would be?
Some of my experience in 1 word? Enveloping. That's a weird word, huh?
It's a good one, though. It's a good one to describe this.
Yeah, because you're enveloped in Christmas, you're enveloped in this team of workers, you're enveloped in your project, you're enveloped with the people who come through. There's just a lot of things that you get to be a part of as you're working on this project. You're part of Santa's Secret Service. Okay, you're part of you're part of Deacon's family, in a way. You're a part of this creative force that builds this thing. You get to share ideas and suggest things and see things come to fruition. And you're part of a great secret, because nobody knows what the topic is for that year, except the staff. And so, yeah, I think enveloping.
Okay. And then to wrap it up, what is your most memorable experience here?
My favorite display was the reindeer flight training school. And that whole theme was just so cohesive. Every little piece matched, fit. There was a major puzzle piece into the whole thing. And that, you know, my favorite memory is just being a part of that particular display. It just shines, for me, so much above the others. They're all fine, but I mean, that one is just like stellar. And I just remember it with great fondness. So that's kind of one of my favorite memories of this place. And getting to know the people is a good memory too. But as far as displays and stuff, that kind of takes a cake.
Of course, now you're gonna have lifelong friends and.
Oh yeah.
And you must live close, right?
We're in Pleasanton.
Oh, okay.
And I teach school, so it's kind of fun for my kids to come along and say, this year we don't have the staff pictures out. This is the first year that I know of that we haven't had staff pictures out with names and stuff. But in the years past, kids would come to school and say, I saw your picture, I saw you, do you work there? Oh wow, this is exciting. And so that's been kind of fun. You always like that.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, thank you very much for your interview.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
My pleasure.